Hi, welcome to Family Day at Home. I'm Kimberly Washburn, Curator of Education at the Florence County Museum, and this is Make Your Own Sidewalk Chalk. We're all stuck at home a little bit right now, and making your own sidewalk chalk is a great way to make something that you can use outdoors to create a little bit of fun in the fresh air. So, we are going to take our Family Day kit, pull out the supplies that we need for this activity, so let's take a look at those. If you will grab your instruction sheet, you'll see in activity number 3 the supplies that you're going to need listed. So you're going to need your tall plastic cup. You're going to need a plastic bag with plaster of Paris in it. That should be labeled in your bag. You're going to need your cup of colored paint. You're going to need a craft stick. We're going to use that for stirring. And you're going to need your small plastic cup. You're also going to need some water, which I have here, and maybe a measuring spoon. So we're going to be adding 1 tablespoon of water, and you need a way to accurately measure that. So let's get started. So we're going to begin by taking our tall plastic cup, and we're going to take our paint and we're going to just dump it into the cup. So I'm going to use my craft stick to make sure I can get as much as possible out. You don't have to get every single bit out, but as much as you can. You want your sidewalk chalk to be colored very well. This is washable tempera paint, so you don't have to be afraid that it will stain your driveway forever. Using washable tempera paint is important. I would not use acrylic paint. If you're trying to do this at home with other supplies, don't use acrylic paint because it can stain and can be permanent. So we've taken our washable tempera and put it in our large cup and get that out of the way. And we are going to add 1 tablespoon of water to this. So I'm going to add my water. I pre-measured 1 tablespoon. And then I'm going to take my craft stick and just stir it really well together. I want to make sure that the paint and the water are fully incorporated. This will make sure that our blue sidewalk chalk in this case is nice and even, it's not splotchy throughout. Okay, it's pretty well mixed. And the next thing I'm going to do, grab that stirring stick out of the way, is add my plaster to the cup. Now, I'm going to do this carefully, and I want to make sure that I don't put my face in near the cup. This is going to it's a powder, and it kind of puffs up a little bit, and you don't want to breathe in that powder. So I'm going to be careful, kind of tilt it away from myself, and carefully put it in the cup. You may want to do this outdoors. It can be kind of messy. A good, well-ventilated area is important. So I've added the plaster to my paint water mixture, and at first it's going to be really, really difficult to stir, but I'm going to keep on stirring with my craft stick. Stir, stir, stir. And it's going to be a little bit thicker than pancake batter. That's what you want. But you do want to keep stirring until it's not real clumpy anymore. It's still going to be thick, kind of paste-like, but you don't want it to be clumpy. Okay. And once you have that, you're going to kind of scoop it into your cup. So I'm scooping my plaster, paint, and water mixture into my cup. And I'm just using my craft stick to do this. If you're having a hard time using your craft stick, you can use a disposable spoon, but I find that a craft stick works pretty well to get most of what I need out of here. And I don't have to worry about having to wash anything up. You want to be really careful when you're washing anything with plaster down the sink. You don't want to have plaster in your pipes. So using something that's disposable is recommended for this. Or if it's something that you need to wash it outside in a hose. And I'm just going to keep adding as much as I can to that as quickly as I can because plaster does start to set up. I kind of scrape down the sides of this cup, make sure I get as much in there as I can. Once I have that mixture in my cup, I'm going to give it a little bit of a tap on the table. That levels it out. And it looks a little something like this. I could probably scrape down those sides again and try to get more in there, but that'll end up just fine. So we're going to let this dry for about 24 hours. If it's still a little bit moist and a little bit squishy on the sides after 24 hours, give it a little bit longer. If it's not raining, put it out in the sun. Let it dry really well. When it's nice and firm, you're going to want to turn that cup upside down and pull the cup away and let your chalk dry for another 24 hours. You want to make sure that it's nice and firm all the way through and there's no more moisture in it. If you use it when it's still wet, it's going to go away really quickly. So if you want your chalk to last for a long time, make sure that you have let it dry thoroughly. So 24 hours in the cup, 24 hours out of the cup. When you're finished, you will have something that looks a little bit like this. These are my sidewalk chalks. I've used some of these, but they create a really fun way to use easy to find materials to make something that you can use at home. Use your sidewalk chalk to brighten up your driveway so that your neighbors can see something really cheerful as they drive by. We hope that you're doing well, and we'll see you soon at the museum. Bye-bye.